When it comes to reality television, ratings are the ultimate scoreboard. They tell the story behind the story. They reveal whether viewers are still emotionally invested or quietly walking away. And when those ratings begin to fluctuate, drop, or mysteriously take longer than usual to be released, audiences start asking questions. That brings us to yet another edition of No Blueprint, delayed ratings once again, where the numbers finally came in for the March 21st episode. However, the delay itself has become part of the conversation. The ratings did not arrive within the usual time frame, and that has sparked speculation about what exactly is happening behind the scenes. Everything discussed in this video is alleged and presented strictly as commentary and opinion for entertainment purposes. Nothing here is personal. But when patterns begin to form, audiences begin to analyze what those patterns might mean. In this particular case, the ratings for the March 21st episode were released much later than expected. Typically, viewership data is available earlier in the week, often by Tuesday or Wednesday. Yet this time, the numbers surfaced closer to Sunday, which raised eyebrows among dedicated viewers who closely track the performance of their favorite shows. The ratings themselves show an increase compared to the previous week. The episode saw a rise of 44,000 viewers, bringing the total to approximately 314,000 viewers. The demographic score also showed improvement compared to the prior episode. On paper, that suggests progress. However, context matters. Just 1 week earlier, the ratings had dropped to 270,000 viewers. Before that, the show had experienced a boost when it returned after several breaks, reaching approximately 333,000 viewers. These fluctuations suggest a pattern that could indicate instability in audience engagement. The question becomes whether the show is maintaining momentum or simply experiencing short-term spikes driven by curiosity. In many cases, reality television thrives on consistency. Loyal viewers return each week because they feel emotionally connected to the cast members and invested in their stories. When that emotional connection weakens, the numbers often begin to reflect that shift. Some viewers have expressed that their interest changed significantly after certain key figures were no longer featured as prominently as before. One of the most discussed aspects of the show's evolution is the perception that the storyline structure has shifted. Some viewers feel that earlier seasons offered more organic storytelling, while recent seasons appear more strategic in their approach to drama. Reality television always contains an element of production influence, but audiences tend to respond more positively when the content feels authentic rather than manufactured. When viewers begin to sense repetition, predictability, or forced conflict, engagement can decline. Another interesting observation is the timing of the ratings release. When numbers are delayed, speculation naturally follows. Some viewers wonder whether the delay is connected to additional calculations involving DVR viewing or streaming platforms. Others question whether the delay suggests internal evaluation by the network. While there is no confirmed explanation, the unusual timing contributes to the ongoing narrative surrounding the show's current trajectory. Despite fluctuations, the program remains one of the network's top-performing shows. According to the latest available information, it currently ranks as the #1 program on the network in terms of viewership. The second-ranked program reportedly attracted approximately 166,000 viewers, while another program reached approximately 160,000 viewers. This indicates that even with declines or instability, the show continues to hold a leading position compared to other programming on the same channel. However, being #1 within a smaller programming lineup does not necessarily mean the show is performing at peak historical levels. Many longtime viewers compare current ratings to earlier seasons, noting differences in overall audience size and engagement levels. This comparison fuels ongoing discussions about whether changes in cast dynamics have influenced the show's appeal. A recurring topic among viewers is the role of family scenes within the series. Earlier episodes often featured family interactions that provided emotional depth and balance to the more dramatic storylines. In recent episodes, some viewers have noticed a renewed focus on family-oriented content. The inclusion of relatives and personal environments can make reality television feel more relatable, allowing audiences to see cast members in a more multidimensional light. Interestingly, some viewers believe that family scenes were previously limited or reduced in certain cases, leading to perceptions of uneven storytelling. Reality television relies heavily on audience perception, and when viewers believe certain narratives are emphasized more than others, debates often follow. In this case, the renewed presence of family-centered scenes has sparked conversation about why those elements appear more frequently now compared to previous seasons. Another ongoing conversation involves cast relationships and alliances. Over multiple seasons, audiences become familiar with patterns of loyalty, conflict, and shifting alliances. When viewers observe repeated cycles of disagreement or recurring tensions between the same individuals, the story can begin to feel repetitive. Some critics argue that the show may benefit from introducing new perspectives or exploring different story arcs that expand beyond existing conflicts. In reality television, cast chemistry is essential. Strong dynamics can elevate even simple storylines into compelling television. Conversely, strained or fragmented relationships can make scenes feel disconnected. Some viewers have commented that recent episodes appear less cohesive, suggesting that the cast may not interact as naturally as in earlier seasons. This perception can influence how audiences interpret the authenticity of the content. There is also discussion surrounding how conflict is addressed within the series. Reality television often features disagreements, but viewers typically expect some level of resolution or progression. When conflicts appear unresolved or repeated without meaningful development, audiences may feel that the narrative is stagnating. This can lead to frustration among viewers who want to see growth, change, or new developments. Another topic that frequently emerges in viewer discussions is the balance between personal storylines and group dynamics. Successful reality shows often maintain a balance between individual journeys and ensemble interactions. When one element dominates the narrative, the overall structure can feel uneven. Some viewers feel that recent episodes rely heavily on revisiting past issues rather than introducing fresh developments. Additionally, viewers have commented on the portrayal of relationships within the show. Reality television often explores themes such as trust, loyalty, communication, and partnership. When audiences observe recurring disagreements without visible resolution, they may question whether the show is evolving or simply revisiting familiar territory. This perception can influence long-term engagement. Some viewers also believe that certain cast members appear more willing than others to share personal aspects of their lives. Transparency often plays a significant role in audience connection. When viewers feel that they are seeing genuine experiences, they are more likely to remain invested. Conversely, when audiences perceive that important topics are being avoided or minimized, speculation increases. Another factor influencing viewer response is the introduction of new personalities. Adding new cast members can reinvigorate a show by bringing fresh perspectives and dynamics. However, integrating new individuals into an established group can also present challenges. Viewers often need time to become familiar with new personalities, and acceptance is not always immediate. Successful integration typically requires careful storytelling that allows audiences to understand each individual's background and motivations. Meanwhile, longtime viewers continue to analyze how changes in cast composition affect the overall tone of the series. Some believe the show's original formula created a strong foundation that resonated with audiences. As the series evolves, maintaining that original appeal while introducing new elements can be a delicate balance. Discussions about the production approach have also become more prominent. Reality television audiences are increasingly media savvy and aware of how editing, scene selection, and narrative framing influence storytelling. When viewers perceive inconsistencies or abrupt transitions, they may question whether the show is prioritizing dramatic impact over narrative continuity. The conversation surrounding ratings often extends beyond numbers alone. Ratings reflect audience behavior, but they also shape network decisions regarding future seasons, casting, and promotional strategies. A consistent decline may prompt adjustments designed to recapture audience interest. Conversely, stable or improving ratings can reinforce existing approaches. Another point of interest is how social media influences audience engagement. Online discussions allow viewers to share opinions instantly, creating a continuous feedback loop between audiences and producers. Viewer commentary can highlight popular storylines, identify areas of concern, and even influence future creative decisions. In many cases, the most discussed moments online become defining elements of the season. The relationship between viewer expectations and actual content can significantly impact ratings performance. When audiences anticipate certain story developments that do not materialize, disappointment can affect engagement levels. Conversely, unexpected twists can generate renewed interest. Balancing predictability and surprise is a common challenge for reality television producers. As the season progresses, observers will continue monitoring whether ratings stabilize, increase, or decline further. Short-term fluctuations are not unusual, but sustained patterns often indicate broader trends. Networks typically analyze both live viewership and delayed viewing metrics to obtain a comprehensive understanding of audience behavior. Ultimately, the delayed release of ratings has become part of the narrative surrounding the show's current phase. Whether the delay is purely logistical or indicative of deeper strategic considerations remains unclear. However, the conversation itself demonstrates the level of attention the show continues to receive from its audience. For now, the latest ratings indicate a modest increase compared to the previous episode. While that may appear encouraging, the broader context suggests that the show is navigating a transitional period. Audience expectations continue to evolve, and maintaining engagement requires adaptability and innovation. Reality television thrives when viewers feel emotionally invested in the stories being presented. Strong character development, authentic interactions, and meaningful progression often contribute to sustained success. When any of these elements appear inconsistent, viewers tend to notice. As discussions continue, viewers will likely keep analyzing each new episode, comparing ratings trends, and evaluating whether the series is moving in a direction that aligns with audience expectations. The future trajectory of the show may depend on how effectively it responds to feedback and whether it can maintain the qualities that initially attracted its audience. For now, the numbers tell only part of the story. The real question is whether upcoming episodes will strengthen audience engagement or continue the pattern of fluctuation. Only time will reveal whether the show can maintain its position or whether further adjustments will be necessary. As always, audience perception plays a central role in determining long-term success. Ratings provide measurable data, but viewer sentiment often reveals deeper insights. The combination of both factors ultimately shapes the direction of any reality television series. And with the latest delayed ratings now available, the conversation continues.